Marc, thank you so much for joining us here at Bentonville's 10th Annual Film Festival.
Thank you.
We're so excited to have you. We spoke to you back in October when you started your adventure with the festivals with Tallgrass, and now you're here. How has this been for you?
That's right. That you caught me at the very beginning of this whole journey, and it has been quite an incredible journey. So I think this is about our 25th film festival, and it's been such a great. I'm just grateful for the experience, and audiences have been really responding well to the film, and critically it's been very well received, and we've been picking up awards here and there, and so it's been really great. And I actually just got back from Japan. I was in Japan two days ago, and it was released theatrically in Japan.
Oh, that is fantastic.
In Tokyo, and it's in like 40 theaters in Japan, and we were doing a little tour with our main actor Arata Ayura, and also Ayako Fujitani, who plays Keiko in the film, was there, and just really delightful to see how Japanese audiences are embracing the film and how they experience it. So very, very fun.
Excellent. And the film, of course, that we're talking about is Tokyo Cowboy.
That's right, Tokyo Cowboy.
Not all of our viewing audience have had the pleasure of watching this film yet.
Yeah.
What would you like them to know about the film?
So Tokyo Cowboy is this fish out of water story. It's about this Japanese businessman who goes to a Montana cattle ranch thinking he can improve it. He works for a company that made this acquisition, and he's got an idea to turn it into something that it's not, like this premium Wagyu beef operation, and make it more efficient. And of course, everything kind of goes south, and it's a film that's filled with a lot of humor and humanity. It's kind of a film about bridging those divides between people and cultures, and it's about a character who's not really connected to himself or others or the land, and through the process of this funny journey that he goes on, he finds connection. And so I think it's, like, for me, it's a theme and a story that resonates with me personally, and that's why I made it, because it's something that I really wanted to make.
And in this film, you have, of course, it starts out in Tokyo with the business and showing his business side of things, and your main character and one other come from Tokyo to Montana, and then later a third one joins. Had any of the three of them ever been in Montana before, or was this new to them? Ayako
Fujitani, who plays Keiko and also was one of our writers, may have, because she grew up in Japan, but then she spent a good portion of her early life in the United States. But for Arata, our main actor, first time doing a film outside of Japan. He's had a long and illustrious career in film in Japan, but so this was the first American film, first time in Montana. Didn't really speak a lot of English, so had to practice really hard just to do the limited amount that he does in the film, and just to be understood. And so it kind of his journey coming to America and experiencing all these things really mirrored the journey of this character, which we kind of used and made the film even better, I think.
And I have to ask, I have to give just a tiny bit away. There is a scene where he gets put in some Western wear so that he can ride a horse. How did he take wearing that chosen outfit, which I absolutely adore was the chosen outfit?
Yeah, so Arata is such an interesting guy, and he has his own fashion brand, actually. He was a model first when he was a teenager, and then he was cast in a film by Koreeda, and he was not an actor, not a trained actor, and that's part of what makes him so natural and in his acting style, this very naturalistic acting style. But he's a fashion guy, and he looks good in anything. So he looks really good in cowboy clothes, and it was kind of fun to play with that and put him into some, like, kind of, at first, some really cartoonish kind of cowboy clothes. We actually there was one of the theaters in Tokyo that had like a little gallery, and I had brought over a couple of months before, when we were at the Osaka Asian Film Festival, I brought over some of the wardrobe from the film, and they had it on display at the theater. The cowboy boots, the hat, the cowboy clothes, and some of the images from the film. It was really fun to see this in a gallery setting, so it was a lot of fun.
Excellent. And with this experience of doing the film festivals, what information do you wish you had known before that you'd like to share with other up-and-comers to prepare them for this roller coaster?
Film festivals there's so many film festivals. I'm constantly surprised by how many there are, but I think there are so many because it is a unique experience. It allows the filmmaker to interact and meet other filmmakers, and it allows people that are film enthusiasts to come and meet filmmakers and to get a little bit of an insight into the production of a film and some of the stories behind it and the origins of it. So that's been really fun to see, like, what questions people have, how people relate to the film. And I guess one of the things that I wish that there have been so many film festivals that kind of overlap. And usually I wish that I could spend a little bit more time at each festival. And I don't know quite what to do about that, because you kind of you don't know what film festivals you're going to get into. Some film festivals that seem like a natural for our film, we didn't get in. And some others that we got in were kind of a surprise and were really delightful. And so, it's all been a really delightful and interesting journey, but mostly I just wish that I could spend a little bit, I had the opportunity to spend a little bit more time at the festivals, watching other films, interacting with more of the filmmakers. And I think there is, you kind of, it can be a lonely business sometimes, when you're making your own film and you're waiting to get into festivals, and it seems sometimes like it's just rejection upon rejection upon rejection, because normally you're applying to the bigger film festivals first, and you're trying to get into, you only have one premiere, and it can be kind of lonely, but there's a community out there, and people are having similar experiences, and it's really helpful to make some of those connections, and I've made some really good connections through film festivals, so that's been quite lovely.
And of all the places, we're not going to talk about the festivals themselves, but of all the places you got to go to, what has been your favorite city to be in?
Gosh, each one of them has a little bit different flavor, but one of my favorites was Sun Valley, Idaho.
Okay.
That was cool. And also Osaka, Japan was very special. Yeah.
Nice. So it's not just the United States. Sometimes you got to look outside your normal parameters.
Yeah.
And the audiences, as you said, it was different in Japan from the United States audiences. Did anything in Japan surprise you with their reactions?
Well, so we had been a little bit prepared that in general, audiences in Japan are much quieter and kind of more respectful, like they do. It's a society of respect and cooperation. So in a large theater, and everybody's shoulder to shoulder. When we went to Osaka, I had the opportunity to be there for a couple of days and watch some other films, and I noticed that like it was pretty quiet. And so I was wondering how people would react to some of the moments in the film that are funny, and if the humor would translate in the same way as it does for American audiences. And I got to sit for a bit of the film with the Japanese audience. We were the closing night film in Osaka, and they were really reacting and like laughing and like being like pretty vocal. So it was surprising and really, really great. And they did get the humor, and it did translate. And honestly, one of the most miraculous things that's happened and most personally satisfying is we've had a number of people write about the film or tell us in person that they felt like it's a film, Tokyo Cowboy feels like a film that was made by a Japanese filmmaker. And that's really probably one of the best compliments we could get as a team. So yeah, that was really cool.
Excellent. And you've had kind of a roller coaster. Do you have more festivals yet to come, or do you finally get to have a break?
Yeah, there's a handful of festivals that are yet to come. There's one in Taiwan coming up. We just and now, you know, because we've been out on the festival circuit, it seems like a lot of the film programmers kind of talk to each other. They take notice of other festivals and who they program, and so now we're in kind of a stage where film festivals and programmers are reaching out to us and inviting us to either just saying, hey, we want to play your film, or at least we want to consider your film. So that's been really great. But we're kind of wrapping up our film festival journey. We actually, it's exciting. We found a distributor, and around the end of August, we're going to be in some limited theatrical settings, probably like 20 theaters or something to start. And so I'm excited about that. We're going to transition into the theatrical release of the film in the United States, and hoping that the theatrical release in Japan continues to go well, and that'll help kind of bring the film to successfully, we hope, to other places around the world.
Well, now we want to get to know you a little bit.
Yeah.
What is in your Netflix queue?
Oh man, there's so many things that I want to watch that I've watched a little bit. Actually, last night I was watching, because I was introduced to a guy named Roland Keltz, who's just wrote a really great article about Tokyo Cowboy in the Japan Times, which is the main English language newspaper in Japan. But he's in a documentary called Encounters it's produced by Amblin Entertainment, and it's about like alien encounters. Interesting show. And of course, Shogun. I've watched a couple of episodes of that, and I want to watch some more. It's wild how much content there is. Like when I was growing up, you know, you had just a couple of channels, and any major show, you knew about it. I feel like there's major series that I come across every other day that I've never heard about, that I would, you know, really like to see, but like there's just so much content. Of course, right now, because I live in Los Angeles, and I have a lot of friends in that work in the industry, and it's kind of a tough time right now. It seems like nothing's being greenlit, things aren't being produced. There definitely is a pullback that's happening by the studios and the streamers in terms of content that's being produced right now. So it's a little bit scary right now. A lot of people are hurting. So I'm a little concerned about that. But there still are a lot of things that I'd like to watch.
Good. And say you actually had an hour that you actually were free, and you didn't have to rush off to somewhere, and you didn't have a phone call, you had touched base with your spouse, everyone was happy, safe, and secure, and you just had an hour. What would you do in that hour?
Yeah, because I've got so much editing to do right now. I really should do.
Not work.
Yeah, not work related. I like to read. I like to I really love outdoor stuff. So I would love to just take a walk in a nice natural area, a park, go swimming. Yeah, that's kind of what I like to do, is go do something outside, probably.
Well, I thank you for your time today. For those of us that want to give some love and support to Tokyo Cowboy, what is the best way to do that, and what socials would you like to share?
Yeah, so for anybody that sees the film and likes it, I would love it if they go to Letterboxd and give it a review. Soon, because we will have an announced release date, of course we'll need some good reviews on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. We actually have a 100% Rotten Tomatoes score right now, because we have the required 5 reviews to get a score, and they're all really positive, so that's great. Our distributor's like, don't mess with that at all. It's 100%. So, but there are no user reviews yet, or from the public. So things like that, and we're Tokyo Cowboy Film, and we have a website, TokyoCowboyFilm.com. That's where you can find us and find updates about the movie. So, yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and safe travels.
Thank you.